Hey, what's going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC, and we're coming to you live in the studio again. And I was up really late last night working on monster trucks. I've actually just put back together my Max D here, and so yeah, I don't know if we're live or not yet, guys. It's kind of behind here, but yeah, if we're just starting again, welcome. If not, well, we're rolling. So, but yeah, so I put together last night. First of all, I put the Max D back together. I was originally going to use this for the Son of a Digger build, but I decided that I didn't need two grave diggers, and I'd rather have 3 different style cars. And so I actually went back with the stock tires on this, at least for now. I may change that out. I do have Proline destroyers for this. But or it was going to actually be for the Son of a Digger, but now that I've taken apart one of my grave diggers that was upgraded. I've already got the J Concept Firestorm tires to go on here. So yeah, it was a lot of work. It's a custom chassis, which we'll look at here in just a minute, or we can actually look at it now. So here we go. So it's a custom chassis, metal frame, made by Donald Jenkins, Southern Builds, and custom RC fabrication. It's a really awesome chassis. He did a great job making this. And so I did have to, hammer out a little bit down here on the bottom because it was too snug. And I do have on order a black skid plate now that I've switched and taken apart a gravedigger to put in here. But I already had a Sidewinder castle system in this as well, so it was already going to be nice and fast. And so I've got that installed. The ESC's up here. It's not sticking down for some reason. My tape did not adhere, so I'm going to have to redo that this morning. But, I mean, overall it was pretty easy to get in there. Like I said, I did have to just tap these metal pieces out a little bit here, and then we were fine. So the body that I'd ordered, for people that haven't seen it yet, I'm still trying to decide how I want to put this on here, and if I'm going to use Velcro, which I think is what I'm going to do. But that means I'm going to have to put some kind of plate on here, I guess, in order to attach to maybe the top and the front. 2 spots. We'll see. I guess I could do magnet maybe. It might just hold right to the chassis that way if I did magnets in here. I didn't think about that. That might be an option. So I'm just going to sneak this out of the way. And just fiddle with a few little things on here. He did make me a plate that worked nicely for the receiver box and to put your ESC onto. But the wires on this little plug are sticking down and making it... I'm going to have to just rethink this setup that I had on the last one a little bit. So I'm just going to cut this free. Looks like we got some people in there. James Price. Sorry, guys. I was not jumping over there and looking yet. See you, Warrior. Awesome. Steve DeClark's in there. How's it going, man? Ripped. I'll just call you Ripped. He's in Brazil logging in. That's awesome. Michael Montgomery, how's it going? Hey, everybody. So yeah, so now I've got a couple of different trucks. I'm going to have the Son of a Digger, the Grave Digger, which I have multiple bodies for, and the one of them that I stickered up that I call the Sticker Bomb. And then I've got a few others. But this tape isn't working very good for me. It looks like the same tape that was on and was super sticky before, so I don't know what is going on here, but we're going to just try it again. Van Durian says he's got a saber-tooth build going. That's awesome. I've just been scabbing stuff from everything that I can. I made this little plate here for a battery tray. I don't like the one in the SMT10, which she made it so I could mount it, but I don't like dealing with that little tray. I'd rather do Velcro, and so I'll probably just put a couple of a slit in here. I'm going to put the heavy duty Velcro on the bottom here. Just stick it right on, then right on the battery as well. And then I'll do like a wrap that goes around it just to hold it. I thought I had it lined up for these holes, but these holes that are in this plate actually don't work great anyway. So I'm just going to do the back here, and then I'll probably just put some tape on this front part up here. Should be good. I don't see it going anywhere, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'll zip tie through here or drill it out myself to hold it down there. But yeah, working with these screw holes here was not fun. It was testing my patience last night, especially because it was so late, and now it's like stripping out. So I don't know why it wasn't biting. So I'm going to try it maybe one more time. It was pretty late last night. You know how that goes. Your patience gets extra tried when it's late at night. But with all these bars and everything in here, trying to get in and line all this up. If I could just get one of them to hit, I think I'd be alright. It'll at least hold it and keep the battery from ripping it out. But it was a big if last night. So what are you guys all working on this morning? It feels like I got it. So I got one. Nice. That's all I need, because I'll have two in the back here, which are just a little bit off, but I think I can work with that. Use my little body reamer here. We're gonna just kind of ream out that hole a little bit. Give me some room to work with. Get the screw through here. Somebody's saying, Michael Montgomery, what's the biggest mAh battery you can put in your Bison? Well, you can always add more Velcro, so as long as you don't go too long, as long as they're tall, which most mAh go tall, I would say you could do a big one, like 8,000 mAh. But you're adding weird weight then, so you know there's payoffs, or there's not payoffs. There's good and bad to doing that. I'll say that. I just run 5,000. I'm happy with 5,000 mAh in mine, and I just keep two batteries. It's kind of what I do. But I know some people just like to have one battery to go the whole day. And if that's you, you can get a big one. Just make sure that well, you know, it's got pads in it. You could remove some of the foam. You got plenty of room in that battery tray to pretty much do whatever you want. I'll say that. I need to look up the saber tooth. So these just have to have a nut put on it, because they're not threaded, which is completely fine. Don't need it threaded. And that'll give me just a spot that I can rest the battery, which I don't have up here. Oh, the other thing, so I've been busy working on stuff, guys. It's been really cool because I've had so many things I wanted to get done, starting with the Bison, which I showed the video of that yesterday. Yeah, the front shock is missing the retainer on the bottom. I just have to get out my kit and get a new one. I think that there's spare parts for that in the bags here. So I have 3 of these bags because I have 3 trucks, and hopefully in one of them that's something that they gave me extra of. I'm hoping. If not, I'll have to go to Hobbytown. I need to get some new plugs anyway, because I don't like these Traxxas connectors anymore. None of my batteries. At first I had all Traxxas connectors, and I switched everything to Traxxas connectors. Well, now I need to switch them all to the T-style plugs, because that's what all my batteries have on them. I know everybody's using the XT 60s and 90s now, but I have too many batteries to switch everything at this point. It'd be a day of soldering, basically. And I'm not up for that right now. Doesn't look like there's one, at least in this bag. I'll have to see if that's something that's in. I might have them for a different truck too that I can maybe put out in the meantime. Um, 5,000 mile 3S is definitely okay. Good morning, Josh. A bunch of people commented that I missed. Cool. Jeremy Smith is asking if she's going to be ready for the 10th. That's my goal, man. I just did, so a lot of this is all prompted because I'm planning to go to a No Limit RC monster truck race on the 10th. I missed the first one of the year, but I'm planning to go to as many of the rest of them as I can. And so I can do this small screen, I guess, up here in the corner. I'm going to do the small tires here on the Max D. I put a small brushless motor in this. Maybe I should just go to big cam here. I put a small one of the ZD Racing brushless systems in here, 45 amp. I have no idea what it actually runs. I do know that the fan on it is uber loud. When you switch this on, all you hear is fan. But it was fun. I ran it last night, and it wasn't stupid fast. It would pop wheelies, which it would not have done on the stock motor. I would guess it was going maybe 20 to 25 miles an hour, which seemed respectable enough for this size and what I want it to be. So I've got the ones that are crazy fast. This one I can just punch it and not worry too much about getting out of control, which is pretty awesome. And so, Jeremy, to answer you, yes, this is... I'm working toward that. I think I might need to get new shocks, though, because of this heavy chassis. Either that or I just need to ride these down quite a ways to do it. I also need to redo the diff in this one because it is blown. So I got this truck and I only ran it a handful of times, actually. I've only done racing really with it, and then I ran it on a camping trip for a little bit of fun, but the diff is blown in it already. James Price, what gear setup you using for the SMT10? I'm running the stock gearing on it. Everything's stock. I just put the new motor in. Samayu Warrior 2 says he's building something using an Acme Trooper and plan to put on Emax tires with 12mm hex to 17 hex converter. Wow, that's a big jump. Not sure if it'll work though. By the way, do you have Discord? No, I don't have Discord. Somebody was just asking or talking about Discord. I don't actually even know what it is, I'll be honest. I think it's a server or an app to run multiple camera things, something. I don't know. I run all this off of my iPhone and my iPad. Is how this whole thing is working, and that's why you see me kind of reach up here to tap things, and it's a pretty cool software that runs it all, but there is a monthly fee with it, so unless you plan to use it a lot, you know, it's a little bit expensive to have, but I plan on doing a lot of the live stuff, and so I'm kind of investing in it. And I love the software, so I can't imagine now doing live without it. That's the tough thing. So yeah, the diff in here I think is blown. Not the diff, but probably the gearing in here, the bevel gear. So I have to take this apart, which I might do while I have it off right now, because I do have some Wraith axles here that maybe we still have some decent gears from. Let's move this camera up a little bit. Too far. I'm trying to find the happy balance where I can have it back here and still see it. Cody Spring saying, so do you think the real monster truck look will come back like how popular it was in the mid-'80s? Do you mean for people with real trucks? Or, I don't know, I guess I don't know the question. Or for RCs? I think there's a lot of RCs that have the monster truck look now, which is awesome. I love it. But yeah, I'd be curious. I mean, I could see people going crazy with their trucks. They already kind of do down here. Get a lot of big trucks. Part of me just wants to chop this on-off switch off of the this thing and just wire it together, solder the two wires together, and then when I plug in, it'll just have instant power. But this is the servo tape I use. Seems really sticky. It's hard to get it off the red paper, which is why I leave it the red paper extra long, so I can just peel it back like I just did and then cut off what I need, because otherwise I have a real hard time working with it. And so I'm going to try again if we get this Sidewinder to mount in here. It was stuck so well, and it seems like this stuff, the longer it sits on here, the better it adheres. I don't know, maybe you guys have noticed that as well. Or is there any tricks that you have to adhering it? Because I put it on last night and it did not stick at all. I actually put it on my Bison the other day too, and it didn't stick to that ESC either. Which was a bummer. Alright, let's try one more time. I'm thinking it might have had something to do too here with the on-off switch was sticking down, so the cables were pushing it up a little bit and maybe not getting it to adhere. Jeremy's answering Cody, saying Cody is already with the retro class. That's what I was hoping to do, Jeremy, was actually go and get a Clodbuster so that I could run in the retro class. Because that looks like the most fun class, honestly, to me, is the retro class. I kind of wish that they'd use some of those Parma things, the bodies and stuff, to roll over with the bigger monster trucks. I've seen that, like in Trigger King, that they do. But I'm sure that there's a reason they don't, whether it's for damaging them or maybe just because it makes them do stupid wheelies and flip over when you hit them with speed. Don't know. It just looks cool. Does the chassis brace stop the breakage problems on the Bison? It's supposed to really help. It's not going to stop the brakes or the bends up at the hinge pin carriers up in the front at the diffs, or the little plastic hinge carrier, I guess, that's inside of that hinge or that brace. So, I mean, that's coming from just landing really hard and wrong or hitting the curb and bending that. But yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't use Discord for that. Some of you warriors talking about what Discord is. I just use Google Hangouts, and we did that on. I don't remember what night it was. Tuesday night, Monday night. So, we do Hangouts that way, because Google's something that a lot more people have already set up. It's a pain though. YouTube's got to figure that out a little better. But I definitely think that. First of all, to answer somebody, is this 3M tape? No, this is like a servo tape I picked up at the hobby shop. I don't know the name of it. Somebody might know. But I say that Jeremy Smith is right about the retro class coming back, and I think it's really cool. However, I do absolutely love the solid axle SMT10s and the custom ones that people are making, like the Freestyle RC, which I guess aren't custom. It's just something that's a little bit harder to get your hands on. It is custom because he makes them, and they're custom made, and so you have to get them while they're available until the next batch comes out. But yeah, so this is the main thing I was working on. I was talking a second ago about something else. Oh yeah, I finally wrapped this up. Let me just put this down for a second, and then I'll get back to working on this. But I've had this sitting up in my garage since I bought the Vitera on Facebook for $20, and it just had like a broken bell crank steering, and he had a bunch of extra parts with it that actually made it easy to fix. So basically all that was waiting was I bought the body completed. This was a budget build, and I never finished the body part of it on video. I'd just done it to the roller, and then, or not even a roller, it was working. But the one thing that I did do was I added the magnet mounts on here, and so I had to make a little brace that ran across the front that has the magnets on it. And yeah, so it's cool to finally have this done. I just actually pulled one of the magnets off. I tried hot glue because I'd seen it and I wanted to get it set in before I actually super glued it, and so actually one of the magnets just popped off. But now that I know exactly where it goes and fits, I'm gonna use a really strong super glue to hold that in there. It's not very fast, but I actually plan to put some drift tires on it and just have a little bit of fun with it. I don't really have places that I like to do on-road stuff anyway, so it's just kind of a, I don't know, just a have fun with car. Not trying to be competitive or do anything like that with it. But Jeremy, you need to come over here sometime and run on the jumps back here. I know you live just around the corner. I've been actually, honestly, I talk about the solid axle thing. What I've been actually looking for and waiting for is a one already built. I don't really feel like building it, but actually that was before I had all this time. Now I probably have the time that I could maybe break down and do a build like that. Flash Hobby says, haha, Tony, I still remember when you started with your first truck. The RC bug hit you hard. That it did, my friend. That it did. Darren Mead saying that he runs a threaded rod and a brace for his Bison. That should make it extra durable. Yeah, I mean, for the price on those things, it's amazing what you get. I still can't believe it. Even the Helion now, the price on it is, for a U.S. purchased car, you can just walk into Hobbytown and get. It's pretty insane. They've become very competitive with their pricing on it. But yeah, I did kind of explode in my It's actually kind of funny. I posted a picture on Instagram. I'm actually like boxed in right now. On the floor, there's just a ton of cars floating around that I got to step around and through when I get up and go in and out of the office space. So I'm gonna take a quick peek in at the rear diff here and see what we're gonna be looking at. I don't have time, I think, to replace it at the moment because I do have to go up to my son's school. I'm gonna have lunch with him today, and he's expecting it. So I might actually, I was thinking about going to Hobbytown to get a Dean's connector. I might just be able to pull it right off of this Axial one, since they make these so that they pop open. I might be able to unsolder it. Aha, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to unsolder this one and put it onto here. And then I'll be over to the Dean's that I want to be on. Sweet. Let's leave that off the side open like that. The Bison, I was bummed when I got it out too. It's running the Traxxas connector too, so that was back in the day when I was doing Traxxas. Jeremy, man, consider yourself invited. Give me friend request me on Facebook, and we'll get on Messenger on there. I'll get you my phone number and everything. I'm probably actually going to be outside this afternoon after I do the lunch thing. So, probably just jumping and breaking something. See if these comments are rolling or not. Alright. But, okay, so somebody had mentioned Traxxas. What does everybody think about the new announcements from Traxxas? I'll save my my thoughts until I see some of your guys. Let's see. What we're talking about is this sweetness right here. Oops, I just kind of gave my opinion. I couldn't help myself. So this is on the Traxxas website right now. They're showing the video, and they've got all the specs and everything. This is just on that spec page talking about it. Driving realism, pro scale performance. CCxRC extreme power. In stores in early March for $800, $799 it says. Alright, let me go back here now and we'll get thoughts. And I'll keep wrenching. Aaron May says he's excited about it, but he wished they'd offer it in kit form. I'm trying to find out. I had a really bad clicking noise. Really bad. With this. And everyone said that I needed to get the hardened. Oh yeah, it's rolled over. They're all rolled over. Huh. So it looks like pretty obvious problem there. Flash Hobby says I want to get the Traxxas truck, but I built custom rigs for the same price or cheaper with better stuff. In a 7th scale, have you? Aaron May says excited, but wish they would offer it kit form. Okay. That, yeah, I can understand that. It's fair. All right. So I might actually just start working this off while I'm waiting. I've got about 5 more minutes. So this isn't going to be an RC hour, actually. I can be able to make it an hour. Somebody's asking, some of you warriors asking about my thoughts on the TRX4 scale and trail crawler. I think it's amazing. I think the new Bronco looks insane that they just announced too. I really like it, the look of it. But looks aren't reasons necessarily to buy something. But I don't know if I need to take all this off now that I'm thinking about it. To disengage this. So anyway, yeah, I think it really is. You get a lot of crawler for the money. I'll just say that. You get with all the servos and everything in it, it's pretty unbelievable what they're actually coming in at with those. So I don't think I had to come this far off, but while I'm at it, I'm going to clean these bearings out. Anybody getting the new Desert Rat? Steve's asking. It's not really my style. So I don't think I will, personally. But you never know with me. Sometimes I just... Alright, so I am disengaged. Sometimes I just... Something piques my interest about something and I change my mind. Alright. Okay. Flash Hobbies is saying his was pretty much the size of that. That's cool, man. I need to invest in a cow RC mat. I think that might be one of my next next purchases. Steve DeClark says so many new things as Banks in trouble. I hear ya. I don't know where I'm gonna be. It'll probably be a while before I can get one of those Traxxas, but I definitely would like to get one eventually. That size is appealing to me. I like the big trucks. I only have a few tools on the bench and I can't find them. Will that not pop off? Hoping to see a solid axle monster from them instead. Oh, man, would that be awesome? You know, they're kind of filling in all of the different things that people are doing, so it's like, oh yeah, Losi, you've got this, well check ours out. Oh yeah, Axel, you make these cool trail trucks, check ours out. So, it may be coming, Jeremy. Are you gonna get in the Armaniro over the E-Revo? This is Kyle. After seeing the narrow on RC Sparks the other night, it was pretty sweet looking, I will say. The parts thing over time may become an issue unless people really jump on board with it and start making up parts for it. That'd be my main concern. Steve DeClark saying they discontinued the Nero. That's why he wants it. Is because you won't be able to get it, but it's an awesome truck. But because of the lawsuit, it's being pulled, and so he's hoping to get some of them. And even like they're saying on RC Sparks, it might become something that people will pay money for if it's a loved truck. So I just got to get these little two pieces here off the diff. These little braces that hold it in place. Just 4 little screws. Yeah, Flash says he's excited about the e-Revo too. You know, I've been really loving this e-Revo that I traded for, and then, you know, put the motor and stuff into. I'm just amazed at how it handles, and I would say, it looks like it's got steel drive shafts now, and I think it could be a really cool truck. Plus the body, they did like the E-Max, or no, the X-Max, not the E-Max. Make it easier to get off. Alright. So it's folded over a little bit. You can kind of see it's rolled over. It actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it would for the sounds it was making. I guess we'll see what the diffs inside look like when I take this off. But that will be for another time, because I'm going to run out of time here to go get my boy. So, anyway, Jeremy, I'm over on No Limit, so if you can't find my account, hit me over there and friend me. And if you haven't already, I've got airplane mode on these so that it won't get taken out like before. And we'll set up a time to bash some monster trucks and stuff out here. So, yeah, I know you live just around the corner. And, yeah, it'd be a good time. So, anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to let you guys go. I'll be back on probably at some point. I don't know about live. Definitely go check out tonight. I'm going to be on RC Talk with the Tank RC. And we're going to be talking about YouTube and some of the changes that have happened with YouTube and them changing their monetization, smaller channels not having basically the ability to monetize, and it takes away some of that excitement of even getting that first $1 or $2 that you make in ad money and thinking, wow, this could go somewhere. And so they've kind of taken that away. And so we're going to be talking a little bit about that. I may be talking about how to grow your channel. If not, Jamin RC had asked me that question, and so I will probably do a live where we have the chat window here where we can talk about and people can ask questions about growing your channel, you know, what I did, what are some of the things I think that help, and you know, I might even do it anyway on my channel as a secondary thing. Where it's not like a forum of talking, but we can kind of address some questions. But I would definitely say tune into the Tank tonight at 9:30 or 10 p.m. I don't remember which one, Eastern. But he's got it on his page. He's got a Facebook page as well for the Tank RC. And he's got it listed that what the time is. So anyway, I would say tune in for that, guys. He's a cool guy, first of all, and he does a good job of pulling together a bunch of RC people to just sit and talk. And you can join in. That's the great thing, is it's going to be like the Discord thing that you guys were asking about, but it's going to be Google Hangout, and there'll be links available a lot of times for people to join in and be a part of the conversation, ask questions, talk about it, and all that. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll sign off for now, but of course we'll be back as we're getting more and more into doing this RC thing full time, I guess. Trying to giving it a go and seeing how it goes, and really trying to pour into the channel and being able to be hopefully of assistance to you guys and answer questions that you have. So anyway, we'll talk to you later.